Hi YouTube, and welcome back to my random thoughts on Thursdays. And this time around I'm just gonna kind of start rambling right away. Obviously a lot of people are talking about the shootings in Orlando, and of course also just I think the day before, Christina Grimmie, another YouTuber, having been shot in a meet and greet. And just all of these tragic things going on. And I'll have to admit that even though I wasn't personally affected, I didn't know anyone in Orlando, I do have a fairly good-sized group of people that I'm friends with that are from a variety of different backgrounds, who are transgender, who are gay, lesbian, polyamorous, etc. And so part of me, that's immediately my thoughts go to them and their safety, and worrying about, like, hey, if the next time they go out to a club, will something bad happen to them? And I, obviously, if you look at any of my past videos from this year, you know that my husband passed away, and it's been a rough year for me, even though, like, my hearts go out to the victims and their families in Orlando, because, oh my gosh, just losing my husband by, just by that, by itself has made, me, yeah, like I said, rambling, but, it's been a difficult year, let's put it that way. It's been a difficult year. But when something like this happens, where it's so many people and so many families are all affected at the same time. There was one story, and forgive me, I'm not going to use any names of victims, because it's difficult enough as it is without having to go there for me right now. But there was one video I saw where it was a couple, two guys, and I think one, he was a working psychiatrist or psychologist, psychotherapist, something like that, and he and his boyfriend were planning on getting married and starting this life together. I think there was another couple who had just closed on their first house together, and like all of these lives are they're just gone, and it's tough, and it brings me back to where I was in January and stuff, and I didn't think I was gonna cry with this video, but apparently I am. It's hard. It's hard to think about so many people who are young and still had their whole lives ahead of them, and they're just gone, and their families have to deal with that now, and it's not good. It's not a good thing for that to happen to anybody, much less people who were just out to enjoy life for an evening, and they're gunned down for, the choices that they've made in terms of, well, okay, choices is possibly a wrong word in this case, because you don't choose to be gay, but you choose your partners. I mean, you don't necessarily choose who you fall in love with, but it has to be a mutual thing. And so, sorry, choice I know is the wrong word in the context, though. But to be gunned down for who you happen to love, the fact that you happen to love someone of the same gender, or the fact that you can only love yourself because you need to be a different gender, because the one that is on your birth certificate is not the one you identify with, and for someone to want to end your life because of that, like, what gives anyone the right to even contemplate such a thing?